So we have at the moment, we got Bitcoin going sideways. We could see the last few days, you could see I took a break for 2-3 days to allow this mess to do what it needs to do. And now I'm getting to a point where I'm getting some RSIs where I need them to be. I'm starting to get a little bit more structure again to say, okay, I'm starting to get sometimes the market will bring something unexpected and it will do quite a big sort of move. And then what you got to do is you got to sit back, you got to allow the candles to print again until you can get a clearer image again of a structured view of where you're seeing. So then you can always calculate risk. You can always calculate where we're going next. And you can see how I very much am very patient for what I'm looking for in the markets. I'm starting to see some signals. I'm starting to see that there's a possibility of a big push up as well to the downside. And I think the decision is going to be made within the next 24 hours. I'm going to be giving you guys some trading setups that I'm looking at on leverage, on margin. I'm also going to be going on through spot and through long-term as well for you guys. I am going live in the next 24 hours again. I am changing things quite a bit as well. But this is the time you do not lose focus. I think we're getting to a key area and I think it's time. I saw the tournaments has started. I want to go through that as well. I think I got a really cool strategy I want to teach with you guys if you are trading on your own and you're doing your own thing for the tournament as well. And at the end of the day, I'm here to educate you guys and get you all to become badass sniper traders. So no more wasting time. Let's get into the show.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? I hope you're all having a fantastic day out there so far. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you got lots of rest. I hope we learned a lot last week. I think it was a tough week, but also a really good week. Same for me as well. Like, I don't think you guys understand how after every live session or after every show, how I go back and I strategize and I sit and I do so much research within the community so I can always see like, how can I better? How can I communicate better? What's really going to help? And remember, I'm sitting here with a massive audience and I got to make sure that everyone is counted for and try to help everyone as possible. So first thing I need you to do, I need you to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. If you are brand new, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper. Make sure you are part of our Telegram group. Guys, very important. It's below. Now, this Telegram group has been on fire. I actually love it. You know, I did a live show a few days ago, yes. But I think we've done about 14 to 20 trades within the Telegram group as well. Just to show you what we're looking at and all of that. I got some really good chartists on there as well, helping out there. So it's not only my view, it's also a view between a bunch of us all making decisions together and helping you guys, just giving you the alpha. So make sure you're on the Telegram group as well, very important. And remember, guys, with any of these live shows that I'm doing or any of this stuff, if you do not have accounts, make sure to use our accounts below in the description. Our BYBIT link over here is here. We have KuCoin, we have Binance, they're all over here. So if you are opening a new account or you're looking to be a part of this journey, please use the links below. You can see all the sign-up bonuses that you do get. I actually like the BYBIT sign-up bonus because I deposited some in spot. I then got a bonus and I used that bonus for my leverage. So my leverage cost me nothing out of the one account. So it's a nice way to, guys, end of the day, crypto is always going to give you something a little bit free now and then. There's always like reasons why they do it and that. But if you can really sit down and look at this stuff and be like, how can I use this to my advantage? You know, it's free. it's something for you to use with. So always look at something and strategize. Look after yourself. Don't listen to anyone. Always yourself and always protect yourself. Secondly, guys, the live trading World Series has begun. Now for myself, I have not started yet. I'm starting tomorrow. I'm going to be starting. I'm going to hit it hard for the next 30 days. I want to see what Sniper can do in these times. I took a day or two break. Because of last week, you can see how I'm very strict with my rules. When there's a stop or something goes against my analysis, you can see how I take a few days break. So that can come back strong mentally, so I can hit it again. Otherwise, you revenge trade. You upset about what happened last, and it basically affects you the way you trade the next one. So I always take a break, and I'm gonna be hitting it from tomorrow. As I can see from here at the moment, not bad, guys. The fact that we haven't doing much live shows, and the Telegram group's gonna help you a lot with this as well. But we have 2,300 people. Remember, if you do want to join it, guys, you go down here below. You need to have $500 or more in your account to be, I think $500 is the minimum for it. And we are looking at winning up to $1.8 million for the winning team out there. So if you are looking to join, look to use this link over here, become part of the Sniper Squad. It is a whole month. Now, I could see very clearly that we're sitting 14th at the moment. I'm very proud. There's some good traders that are in the community. I'm very, very proud of you guys. And I was looking at the guys that are top and the guys that are doing really, really well in this thing. And they're hitting it very hard quickly. The difference is it's like basically filling your car with petrol and driving 300 on the first lap. And the problem with that is by the time you get to the 10th lap, you're out of petrol. So these guys are all trying to hit it very hard. You need to remember that this is a whole month. This is a marathon. So consistent through these things is what's going to do well at these times. And who knows, you may be doing a really, really well at these things and you can earn, I think each winner earns over $100,000, like something in that sort of thing. So it's definitely worth the attempt. It is going to change 10 people's lives. And if we can change as many as possible, that would be great. So as I was saying, guys, Coin Panel as well. Coin Panel, fantastic. We've been doing a lot of spot trades on there. Everything is in that. We got the investment, we got the trading watch list. So it's just another tool for you guys to use along the journey as well. So let's jump into it. Let's have a look. Let's see what's happening in the market right now. What am I looking at? So you could see how, I think you can start to understand now when I take breaks. It's through shitty times in the market. It's not like anything really massive happened. We had that little push after the last trade that we did, I think on Thursday. We had that little push to the upward side. But since then, nothing's really come from it. We've basically just been trending. If we have a look with Bitcoin here, you could see we had the previous dump off to 17. And since then, we've just been ranging between 21.5 and the 19K zone. So not much has really happened in that. Now, the one thing that I do like is that we're obviously trending sideways. And looking at this, we had a very big red wave that happened before this, and we haven't had a correction for that either as well. So I note anytime, you got the whole of Twitter, you got everyone sitting in the market now, and they all looking to short. We got El Capo calling again. I love the guy. I think he's done really well, El Capo. The only difference is, do you remember when Bitcoin was 60K and we wanted it to go to 100, and we like, this thing's going to go to 100. It's going to go to 100. And then what happened? It turned at 69 and it went all the way back down. And we've been in a sort of bear market since. It's similar to what he's doing there. He's called it brilliantly throughout the whole run. And now he's looking to squeeze a 10% to be right. And when the whole crypto market and every single guy is saying we're shorting, we're going to 17, we're going to that, we do know it usually happens in the opposite direction. So for me, it's becoming a danger game where we've been getting used to shorting because it's been doing really well. But I do feel it's going to become our nemesis. I feel the shorting at some point is going to get us into trouble if we keep just looking at shorting as the big move. And for me, it's more me prepping for some longs, if I must be honest, short-term longs. And I think the shorts are good. I think as long as we stay in this range, the shorts are good. But there's going to be that one big pump, and it's going to come out of nowhere. And if we're continuing the shorting, it is going to hurt quite a bit of people as well. So I see the whole of Twitter, everyone's talking down, 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 these sort of things. So me, I'm starting to get to that point now. It's like basically the guys when Bitcoin was 65K saying it's going to go to 7. Like you're trying to squeeze 10%. within the move, where a lot of the damage was done already. Now, what was one of the big things that happened in the last, on the higher time frame views, was we did have Bitcoin basically close under the 200 weekly moving average. This is just it's a macro scale thing for us to look at. And what does it mean? Like people think, okay, like it's closed above, like what does it really mean? It just means that the market's not going to recover quickly. It does not mean the market's going to go crazy more down from here, and that, yes, there might be a low range of 17K or maybe 16 at any single point. It just means we're on a long road to recovery. So what we're doing right now by getting used to the trading every week now in Quintap, for me, it's the best strategy for the rest of 2022. Like, it's the best time for us to be consistent through these times. It's going to teach us not to rush out of this. And all that are confirmed that this is just going to take a bit of time. It can take the rest of the year for us to starting to get to major breakouts and to possibly get back to the high levels that we were previously. So nothing really has changed. I saw that was a big thing that everyone was talking about. And for me, it's a nothing burger. It's something small. It's just telling us that what we're doing strategy-wise is correct. Now let's jump in and let's go have a look where we are right now. Now, for me, I'm looking, I do have a scenario of a short, which I will give you guys now shortly. But for me, I'm looking at a long. I'm looking at a nice little relief 1 to 2 week green growth. Now, what have we been doing previously? We've been doing shorter time frame, 1 hour trades, something that takes us for a day to make money. I'm actually looking at the next trades now, where they become 3 to 5 to 7 day holds, because there's going to be a point where it's going to be tough to get your entries once you miss the entry. And what I mean by that is, if you see this big, we've seen it now many times to the upward side, when something shoots up very quickly, and then, let me actually draw it for you quickly so you guys can see what I mean. But when something shoots up very quickly like this and it moves, how often we're so used to it now, does it come back just as quick to that sort of area? And it's the same thing here. You got Bitcoin trending at the moment over here, and all that Bitcoin, if Bitcoin just breaks out of this range over here and it breaks to the upward side, we're going to have a really big, quick relief rally. And it's not to say that Bitcoin goes to all-time highs, but Bitcoin goes back to 26, 28K. There may be a big leg after that takes us down. Yes, I agree. But as soon as we break out of this little range over here, we are going to see a really strong push to the upward side. So for me, it's like I keep focusing and we keep looking, and I see a lot of the guys, I'm so proud of everyone for learning how to short and these sort of things. And the problem is, it's getting my mind trapped in a little bit of a trap, where I'm getting used to it too much. And I know it's going to come. Last week was the pure lesson of it, how quickly this market can also turn bullish very quick. And we're trying to short on a very small, we're trying to squeeze that last little bit out. So for me, I'm rather looking at the next opportunity of the long, the next big long. And when we break out of this range, as I said, it's going to be something that's going to move very quick, something that we can hold for a few days. And the difference is here is, if this shoots up here, it's very hard to get an entry. Like when we're in this area over here, no man's land, it's going to be very tough in those regions. There will be shorts then. At that time, once we slow down and then we can start breaking trends, that'll be fine. But for me, I think the importance now is us focusing in this area of where we're at and looking at where can we get this, what's the signs that we're going to get this relief bounce, and how we're going to trade it when it happens, so that we are ready to take control of it when it happens and when it's starting to move. So as you can see here with Bitcoin, let me actually show you what I am seeing. So here we go. Okay, so if you have a look here, Bitcoin had that strong push down, and then we started to form this sort of trend, right? And this was where that little short squeeze happened last week. We had that little push to the upward side, and we finally broke through this. But if you have a look here, what happened? Why are we going sideways? That's the first question with Bitcoin right now. It's because we needed these RSIs to come down. Do you see how long it took? It literally took all of the sideways here to get the RSI down to the bottom. So we needed a reset. So one thing that I've learned to realize in this market, that when we have a little acceleration like this, right, and we go sideways after, I always thought, what is it? Maybe it's a bot. We're going to come down hard. We're going to do these sort of things. But it's actually to get the RSIs reset. And now you can see we're getting RSIs down to the bottom. We have Bitcoin closing outside of a trend right now. And then we jump to the smaller time frame, and we go look at, we have this 1 hour wedge over here, which is something I want you guys to pay a lot of attention to now. I see this change quite a bit. There we go. Something I want you to pay a lot of attention to, because this is the one that I believe you're going to get a badass entry. And then you're going to realize by getting a good entry, what making real money looks like. We've been trading this little range. Yeah, it's money and it's cool and that sort of thing, but you haven't seen anything yet. We break out of this range now. You're going to see acceleration like you haven't seen before. And remember I said we're prepping our times through these weeks of getting used to us and getting used to how the platform works and getting used to how all these things work. You know, these are the times that you prep for, when we finally break the real trend lines, the really big ones that make a massive difference. So for me, what I'm looking at here is I'm short-term bullish on Bitcoin at the moment. I'm short-term bullish on the market right now. By short-term, I mean 7 days, I mean 10 days. The market is starting to get to a point now where it is going to have a relief rally from all the damage that's been caused in the last few weeks. And we have the whole Twitter market. We have everyone looking at shorting. It's going to go down further. It's going to go down further. And that's just making me believe that, like, it's making me agree with this analysis 10 times more. So what I'm looking at here is this can happen in the next hour. Okay. If it does happen, I will look at possibly going live tonight. I do need to spend a bit of time with the family. I've been busy with the live trading course. It's exciting, guys. The best leverage course on the planet. I am recording it. It's going to be phenomenal. I've learned so much teaching you guys. It's going to be really cool. But if there's an opportunity, I will go live. But I can guarantee by tomorrow, I will 100% be live. Now, we do have a lot of liquidity moving when I go live with the amounts of people that are on and that as well. So I'm changing strategies. I'm looking at ways to protect and to make sure that we can do that together. But I don't want you to stop being a part of it and you know, continue this journey with me till the end. And then I'm also going to release how I'm going to continue that $400 to $1 million challenge without being front run by the community, without doing these things. So guys, in the next hour, I'm going to be looking hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It can be within today. I'm looking for the first 1 hour close outside of this wedge on Bitcoin. Go to your charts. It's a 1 hour. I see they've changed Trading View where they don't have the names up here anymore. They now have them over here. So you can see the name of the tokens which are over here. So I'm looking at this first. When we get the close out of this wedge over here is when it means I'm starting to deploy longs into altcoins and I'm taking longs trades. Now, what's very important is we got used to doing 6x, 7x on a lot of these sort of trading portfolios that we're running, right? If we're going to be holding 5 to 7 day trades, a 3x, a 4x, a 5x is great as well, because you're looking at way higher percentages than that. So remember that as well when you get into these trades, that you don't have to over leverage. You don't have to over these things. The percentages are big enough that you can run a 3, 4, 5x and you can still make a ton of money. And then there'll be a massive short to come in the next few weeks again. So I'm looking at the close outside of this. When I get the close outside, let me explain to you quickly what I'm looking at. When I get the close outside of this over here, I will be entering in this zone over here. Now, what we have learned is we always wait for the retests, right? I think we've learned this a lot now on the live shows. We don't always get those retests. It's quite annoying, but we're at that stage where, like, this market's trending, and if it breaks something, it moves, and it moves very quickly up or to the downward side. So I really want to crack the breakout of this and try to get at least 60-70% of my positions that I want in on that clear break, and then look at where I can top up on that. I think it's a strategy, guys. Put it in your notepads there as well. I think we start filling the positions up a little bit bigger sooner, as soon as the break happens, or as soon as that happens, because then it doesn't get so hard. Because the live trading shows, I sit there for 4 hours and then we wait. I actually want to change it where I do a live show for an hour, hour and a half. We get our entries in, and then when the action happens, I come back in 3-4 hours, I jump on again. And if I can be coming live 1 or twice a day on that, I think that'll be a better system for us to use together. But you could see here, Bitcoin's looking bullish. Like, the market's looking strong. We have the 4 hour and the 8 hour, which is reset on the RSIs. And you can see that we're already starting to make our way up pretty strong. Now, before I jump into the altcoins quickly, I just want to show you guys, if you look at the stock markets too, look at the stock markets. You know, the stock markets are waking up. You know, they're waking up as well. So I think being bearish too long will get you into a lot of trouble. And that's why I'm shifting now to the next thing. So let me quickly give you guys the view on the Bitcoin, how I'm going to trade it. So guys who want to, there's nothing wrong with trading Bitcoin as well. It is the safer asset. It doesn't make your heart go too crazy as well. But this is how I'm going to trade it. It's on the break over here. I am going to be entering up to 60 to 70% of my position. If there is any tests in this area, I'll be adding the rest. My stop loss will be going under this previous wick. So remember, we should never come back into the wedge once we have broken out of it. Otherwise, it becomes a sort of fake out. So I'm entering my full positions in this area over here. Now, what's also a nice little strategy to use in these times is dominance is going sideways right now. So everything is doing what Bitcoin's doing. So when Bitcoin's in a key buy zone and Bitcoin's broken out and it's in this area of buying, you know, topping up on your alts at that zone is also a good idea because everything is following Bitcoin. So by buying when Bitcoin's in the buy zone, by buying some alts in that zone, it's also a nice strategy. So try it out, use it. I think it will help you guys a lot. And then I'm going to be putting my stop loss under this previous wick, which will basically be around 20,800 in that sort of level. Now from here, where can I see Bitcoin going? As a minimum, I see it going back to the top range as a minimum, okay? Now, what is the top range? The top range right now is basically 22K is the top range. Yeah, the FOMC meeting is tomorrow, exactly. We'll see how that goes by then. But I'm looking at today, looking at charts. I don't care about fundamentals. That shit just confuses me and just makes... stock is on big resistance right now, exactly. So, and if you have a look here, yeah, the stock market is. And if it breaks through, this is why we're waiting for a breakout. We're not saying it's going up. We're waiting for the breakout. If the breakout happens, the chart is saying it's going up. It's not me saying, it's not anything else. The chart's telling you it. And if it does happen, it's going to be huge. I'm telling you, it's going to be a big move and it's going to happen quickly. And you can be damn pissed off with yourself that you're worried about just being bearish the whole time, that you missed out on a really big opportunity. Now, when Bitcoin, if it breaks that wedge, I'm looking at 22K, normal top of the range. Maybe it's another, you know, that means another 10, 15% from the altcoins, right? Or we break through to this one over here, which is for me the last resistance until we get a serious breakout of the market, which will be around 23K. Okay, so what is that? You know, that's 7, 8, 9% on Bitcoin. That's a big move within the altcoins. And then we break out of this range over here. The next one we have is around $27,000 to $28,000. Now you're looking at a 30, 35% move in Bitcoin. You know, that can be big. So remember that we're always going to be attempting in the market and trading it as it comes. But ideally, you know, why does a fisherman fish? Why does he go fishing every weekend? Because he wants to catch the biggest monster and the biggest fish that's ever been caught, right? That's exactly why we trade once, twice, 3 times a week, is to catch that one that goes absolutely crazy. Yes, consistent and banking the 10, 15% and building your account, making money is great. But ideally, you're going to catch the big one. And when you catch the big one, you know, all that time, all that effort, you know, it suddenly pays off and it makes it really, really worth it for what we're doing. So, you know, it could be to 22, 23. Remember on Twitter, I'll update you guys on this. I will be putting these charts for you as well. Now let's jump in here quick. Now the big one, like look at this, guys. You know, when I'm looking at higher time frame, look at AVAX. You know, AVAX long-term downtrend here. Look where we're at right now. You know, this is high time frame move over here. A push from AVAX from here to the top of the range here, 15%. A push to here, you're looking at 20%. A push to here, you know, now you're looking at 40%. A push to here, you know, you're looking at a 65%. That's not even getting to this yet. That's getting from here to there. So to continuously be bearish right now is just like, I'd rather be patient and get the long, and I'm not worried about the small time shorts right now because the next long is going to absolutely be crazy. So for me, this is one that I'm looking at now. For spot trading, I'm interested right here, right now. I'm loading up in the zone. I have a stop loss at around about $16. It's 15, 20% risk. I don't care. I'm leaving that. for that to give the time that it wants. Because for me, this is 100% trade for me on spot. This is something that's going to make me great money on spot. Definitely. Long term, I'm damn interested in any of the major alts in these levels, dollar costing in these zones. And now looking at short time frame, leverage trading or margin trading on this. For me, in the ranges of where we were, around $19 looked good. But I will stick to my normal analysis. If Bitcoin breaks through that wedge, I will be entering AVAX and I'll be putting a stop loss under the previous low. So if Bitcoin breaks this one right now and we start to break out, I'm at that zone because I know if Bitcoin breaks that one, I know AVAX from here is going to break this one and it's going to start to move with Bitcoin. So I'll be entering, if Bitcoin breaks it now, let's say, for example, I'll be entering right now in the zone and I'll be putting my stop loss under the level over there. Now, remember what I was saying. This dominance, it is going sideways. Every single thing is following Bitcoin's move. So if you're putting a stop loss under the previous low, by putting it under the previous low on AVAX makes the exact same sense because everything is following. The only difference is here is we don't have dominance on a major support just yet, which is showing me that this can break here. And if that breaks there and we've got a Bitcoin break to the upside, we know what happens to the altcoins. They go crazy. So AVAX is definitely the one that's a big one for me in that zone. We then have the MATIC one. Now look at this. Look at this on the 4-hour cup and handle. Beautiful, nice little pattern forming here. And you can see over here, if Bitcoin breaks that wedge, MATIC's going up here and it's breaking that wedge. And from here, Bitcoin goes to 22K, you make 12% on a short-term trade on MATIC, right? If it breaks through 22 and goes to 23, you're making 38% on MATIC. If it breaks through Bitcoin and it all of a sudden decides to go to 25K, 26K, 28K, you're looking at 100% trade on MATIC. And this on marginal leverage, it will do absolutely well. Now, what do you need to do in this time? Is you need to obviously draw that wedge I did on Bitcoin, but you have to make sure the 1 hour closes outside of that thing. You deploy stop loss under previous low and run on Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes to 22K, take a little bit of money off the table. Now, what have we learned in the last few live trading sessions? Take a little bit of profit a little bit earlier. Because we're always going profit. Every single trade we've done, we've gone in profit from the beginning. And then sometimes something shifts and changes. So take a little bit of profit earlier. I think that's a new rule. Write it on your whiteboard. You can see there's my whiteboard over there. And then work on that way. So if Bitcoin goes to 22, take some off the table. Goes to 23, take some off the table. This is your short-term trade, your leverage trade, your margin trades. And if it goes all the way to 25 or 28K, then you obviously bank all of it and go buy yourself some Gucci shoes. So this is another one, guys, MATIC. So MATIC, this is a big one. Draw this wedge in here. I have this wedge, but if Bitcoin breaks its wedge, I'm entering. And I'm putting a stop loss under the previous 1 hour, guys. So if Bitcoin breaks out all of a sudden, 1 hour here, this will be up there, will break out there, stop loss there. And remember, every time you have a push up in the markets, so let's say this goes up here, comes down, goes up, and every time we clear a new higher high, take your stop loss wherever it was and shift it under the next low. And if it does this again, cool, take your stop loss under the next low. Come on, guys, learn with me, learn with me, learn with me. We got a long road together here. Now, let's look at the next ones over here quick. Look at this. So I won't be doing DOT short time frame. I think it's very bullish and I think it looks strong, but spot wallets, maybe a 3x margin. I want to teach you guys that, you know what I do with 3x margins, right? You even get a 2x margin. Is those I like to find, you only trade them about 2 times a year. You don't trade it too often. But those are ones where you do like a 2x and you buy a coin like this and you hold it for like 2 months. Yeah, you get charged a little bit of fees and stuff along the thing, but like you catch one where the chart actually moves like crazy amounts. So what does that mean? It means I got a spot account that's taking trades. I have my long term that goes through everything. Then I got a leverage that's taking short term trades, and I got a margin. And what that does is it inflates my accounts a lot, and it gives me all these directions of us moving. And remember, just use the same method of stop losses under previous lows. So DOT, there might actually be a short-term trade on DOT. It actually looks like it wants to go. Let's go back there. It's not that one, sorry. There we go. here we go. So if you have a look here on the trend, it is close. So if Bitcoin breaks that trend, DOT's definitely breaking that trend. So if you have a look here, draw this trend line on the 1 hour. As soon as we close outside of this and we start to, so remember, if it starts to break it now, you can enter, okay? And the main thing is I've entered now. What do I want to see? I want to see us close outside of this trend. If we start to close a little bit in there, start to de-risk. Make your position a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. Get rid of the risk, okay? Until you get that full close. So there's nothing wrong with deploying when it breaks out. Just make sure where we close. If we close outside, sweet. Fill up that position. Where am I going to add in? Put my stop loss in and run it, okay? And if it closes under, okay, cool. It's closed under. It may go a little bit lower here. Let me just de-risk a little bit. And you can see how we work with that. So DOT looks actually really good. Now, DOT, I'm definitely more bullish than bearish right now. I feel like there's been tons of bearishness. So here, breakthrough here, boom, stop loss there. Great. We break through, we test, we break through, we test, stop loss, stop loss, stop loss. Move it up. Where will DOT go from here? If Bitcoin goes to the 22K zone, and that's the top in that region, DOT's going to 8.6, okay? So you make yourself 15%. If Bitcoin goes to 23, you're making yourself 25 to 30% on DOT. If Bitcoin goes to 28, you now know the story there as well. So DOT, AVAX, MATIC as the third one. Let's actually have a look to see if Cardano is doing it. Same thing. So Cardano's got, they're all doing the same thing. The only thing is I'm not going to degen. Don't go into the crazy small altcoins and these sort of things that get you hurt. But here we go. Look at Cardano here. Bitcoin breaks out and it closes that wedge. We're breaking out here. Cardano is going to, if Bitcoin goes to 22K, we're going to 53 cents. So you're looking at a 10% and vice versa if we broke. So it's all showing the same things. If we break out here, close out there, stop loss under previous low, and then roll it as we go as well. Don't miss out on your spot entries as well, guys. Please make sure your portfolios are all in the right areas and the right zones. And here's one only if I get the retest, which will be Chainlink if we do get the retest. I think we had Fantom as well. So Fantom, I won't miss as a spot trade right now. Fantom for me has broken trend and maybe even a 2x, 3x margin. You know, it's something that you leave with a bigger range and you just leave that thing. You got stop losses under really bigger areas. So you'll have stop loss under like 25 cents over here, big stop loss. But from here, I'm looking at us move all the way back up to the 40-cent mark. And if it breaks through that, we're looking at the 45-cent mark. So this is a 60, 70, 80% trade. This on a 3x or 5x, you're looking at 200, 300, 400%. Just remember your portfolio sizes, guys. Your risk management on your portfolio is very important as well. Let's see through if there's anything else. Curve. So if you look, remember chart. If you go look at Daily Candle, the newsletters. Spot only, this I won't touch any leverage or anything on it over here, but don't miss the curve breakout. If curve breaks out of this, you're looking at a big move here. You're looking at a 45% there. You're looking at 100% up to those regions over there. So curve is another one. So guys, the main lesson today is there is trades. They're coming now in the next few, can be in the next hour that the trades will go active. Remember to follow me on Twitter. I'll help you guys with that. Telegram as well. There's tons of trades happening there as well. But the main thing is now to continue to be bearish and continue to short. The whole market is shorting. The whole market is bearish. Have we not learned by now what happens when the whole market is in one direction? We get caught. So the big lesson I have for you today is get out of this mess and be very clear now that everyone's looking at one direction. It likes to move the other. And for me, risk to reward, the long is way more risk-free than the short. Like the damage has been done already. And you're going to be able to make a lot more on that. So you can see I'm patient with it, but it's going to pay off, guys. Please do with what I'm saying. Close outside of that trend. Get your position in. Stop loss under previous low. Every higher low you make, move your stop loss up. Come, guys, let's do this. I will be, might jump on Rand Show. If anything happens, I'll be on Rand Show. If not till then, I might be live later tonight. Otherwise, I will definitely be live tomorrow with you guys to go through it. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Trade well, trade safe out there. Remember, this is no financial advice. For the guys that are in the competition, kick ass, enjoy it. I wish you all luck. I'm starting off tomorrow. Let's hit it together, guys. Much love, Banter fam. I'll see you all on the next show.
just updates and as